What is federalism? Why Ethiopia uses this system of government and why it's not perfect? Federalism is a system of government where power is shared between a central authority and smaller regional governments. Many countries adopt federalism to manage ethnic diversity within their borders and help promote unity. Federalism allows regions to govern some of their affairs, such as decisions regarding education or working languages, while being part of the larger country. Ethiopia adopted federalism in 1991 when the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, EPRDF, a coalition of 4 major parties, came to power. The primary aim of Ethiopian federalism is to accommodate the country's diverse ethnic groups. Before 1991, Ethiopia had a centralized unitary government that suppressed diversity. It restricted ethnic groups from using their languages in official settings in schools. Ethiopian federalism grants ethnic groups the right to self-determination. An ethnic group can form its own region or become an independent country. Some academics view it as a novel approach to resolving conflicts and preventing state disintegration. After more than 30 years, ethnic conflict in Ethiopia hasn't been resolved, but neither has the country disintegrated. In my view, federalism remains the best approach for Ethiopia. It enables self-rule at regional levels, and has contributed to economic growth. How Ethiopian federalism works. Nigeria, for instance, has avoided constitutional recognition of ethnic diversity. Article 39 of Ethiopia's federal constitution, adopted in 1995, explicitly acknowledges the country's ethnic diversity. Ethiopia is a federation comprising nations and nationalities, each possessing sovereignty as defined in Article 8 of the Constitution. This includes policymaking, constitution-making, choosing a working language, and maintaining regional police and civil services. Between 1991 and 2019, the EPRDF tightly controlled regional governments. Abiy addressed some of the demands from various ethnic groups for regional status. The working of Ethiopian federalism, however, depends on the party system. It originated from tensions between the Tigray People's Liberation Front and the federal government. Ethiopian federalism has had 3 major benefits. The country's 80 ethnic groups fought long and hard to secure their rights to culture, language and identity. Second, the system has allowed many ethnic groups to exercise self-rule in areas where they constitute the majority. It achieved this by decentralizing power and resources to regions and local governments. One of the primary challenges of Ethiopian federalism lies in its inability to entirely resolve conflicts. Some of these conflicts, for instance in the western region of Benishangul Gumuz and in western Tigray, are instigated partly by the system's attempt to empower a particular ethnic group in an area. A second challenge is the gap between the constitution and the practice of political rights. Certain ethnic groups have not exercised their rights due to political repression. Since Abiy assumed power in 2018, ethnic groups' demands for regions has increased. Some ethnic groups are too small to have their own region. A third challenge is the dominance of the ruling party and the lack of democracy. The tendency of party norms to undermine constitutional principles casts a shadow on the federal system. Following these principles would help build peace and unity in a country as ethnically diverse as Ethiopia.